Welcome back to the Stepwise YouTube channel. In this series, we explore using AI to create materials for stepwise pedagogy. Today, we are going to design a lesson for the Students Practice segment for grade 10 science students. In the Students Practice phase, students complete small-scale RENA projects with teacher support. In this phase, students choose an STSC relationship of their choice and conduct primary and secondary research on that topic. This lesson is designed to teach students about secondary research. The step-by-step guide will show you how to leverage GenAI tools to design lessons on this topic while ensuring alignment with the stepwise pedagogy. You can wisely and ethically prompt GenAI to create a lesson that can teach students about secondary research. Please remember that a good prompt contains a defined topic, context, objective, output, and learning outcomes. The AI output from the first prompt contains a two-part lesson. The first lesson teaches students about secondary research through activities and direct instruction. It provides criteria for identifying reliable sources. The second lesson asks students to analyze, organize, synthesize, and present the research that they've gathered. Outputs from the AI model should be critiqued based on research, after which prompt engineering can be used to achieve the desired results. The rest of this video uses prompt engineering to improve the AI output quality. The lesson asks students to ensure their sources are credible but provides no criteria to do so. To teach them about this, we can ask the AI to include a criterion for them based on which they can evaluate the credibility of their sources. The AI model generates an output which bases the credibility on the source's currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose. The lesson asks students to recognize biases in their sources while conducting secondary research. To assist students in doing this, we can prompt the AI to include direct teaching about recognizing biases. The output then includes explanations on the types of biases and activity suggestions to help students learn more about these. We noticed that there was a focus on socioeconomic bias, but we should also prompt the AI to have the lesson address bias in terms of identity politics, for example based on race, culture, gender, etc. When we do this, the output modifies the lesson to teach about biases based on race, culture, gender, or other identity factors, and includes examples as well as a focus on such biases in the student activity it generates. The lesson the AI generates does not explain how and where secondary research is used. To help students understand the context of where they can use this research, we can prompt for the lesson to teach about the uses of the research. The output lists multiple uses, highlighting the specific impact of secondary research in understanding socioscientific issues. Since this is the student's practice phase of Stepwise, we need to prompt the AI model to include an activity that asks students to practice what they've learned about secondary research. As part of the activity, the AI generates a research organizer. However, it should have students categorize the main claims of a source based on the branch of STEM-SE they address. It should also ask them to recognize whether the source's biases are socioeconomic, identity-based, both, or neither. When we input this prompt, the output is now a comprehensive research organizer. When students take on their own RENA projects, they conduct secondary research before primary research. It's important for them to understand why this order helps them make the most out of their research work. We can prompt the AI model to include this explanation in the lesson. The output from the AI helps them understand how conducting secondary research beforehand prepares them well for conducting primary research later. The analysis of any socioscientific issue is incomplete without understanding the actor networks, actants, and dispositives related to the issue. We can prompt the AI to include this connection in the final student activity. The output asks students to analyze two sources to identify their claims, evidence, biases, and credibility. It then asks students to identify what each source says about the actor networks, actants, and dispositives related to their socio-scientific issue. We hope that these activities and lessons prepare you to wisely and ethically use GenAI for secondary research, which will help students in their personal RENA projects. In this way, we can get the help of AI models to create content and activities for the Teacher Teaches section of Stepwise Pedagogy. Do remember that these models have conversational memory, so we can edit each prompt as needed to get our desired outcome. We hope you found this video helpful in designing a lesson to teach about actor network theory. Subscribe to the Stepwise YouTube channel to learn more about related topics like semiotics, actor network mapping, and dispositives.